Welcome to Cinevantage. Today, we are diving headfirst into one of the most loaded years in superhero entertainment history. We have a full lineup of upcoming projects mixing massive blockbuster movies, brand new TV series, and the return of some animated favorites. There is action, mystery, drama, and a few unexpected twists waiting for fans of capes and comics. Whether you love big screen spectacle or character-driven streaming stories, this video has something for you. But before we begin the video, it would help me a lot if you took a moment to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your kind support. Number 9. Wonder Man, Season 1. Picture this: a struggling Hollywood actor with extraordinary powers trying to land the role of a lifetime, playing a superhero version of himself. That is the wild premise behind Wonder Man, a series that kicked off the year on January 27th on Disney+. The story follows Simon Williams, played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, an aspiring star desperate for his big break in show business. Along the way, he crosses paths with Trevor Slattery, the eccentric fake terrorist from Iron Man 3, brought back by Ben Kingsley in scene-stealing form. The two team up to chase roles in a Hollywood remake of a superhero film called Wonder Man. The series shines in its satirical take on the entertainment industry, poking fun at Hollywood while still delivering the action you expect from Marvel. The tone is lighter and more grounded than most of their recent shows. Created by Destin Daniel Cretton, this one feels more personal. All 8 episodes dropped at once, perfect for a binge weekend on the couch. Number 8. The Punisher Special. Frank Castle is back, and his return promises to be just as brutal as fans remember. Jon Bernthal reprises the role of the most ruthless vigilante in the Marvel Universe in a special presentation directed by Reynaldo Marcus Green. The story picks up after Frank escapes from Kingpin's prison, leaving him with old enemies, fresh wounds, and a city that still has plenty of dirt to clean up. The premise is solid, but we will have to see if the execution lives up to it. Marvel's special presentations have been hit or miss in length and impact, and this one will need to balance gritty street-level violence with a story that actually earns its place. The good thing is that Bernthal has always brought intensity and depth to the character, turning a man defined by loss into something more than just a killer with a skull on his chest. Rumors hint that the ending will set up Frank's appearance in Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Crossovers like this are a smart way to bring the darker corners of the Marvel world into the bigger picture, and fans of street-level heroes should be paying close attention. Number 7. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Season 2. Before diving into the new season, let us set the stage. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is an animated series on Disney+ that follows a younger Peter Parker still figuring out the basics of being a hero. The first season focused on the chaos of high school life, early mentors, and the responsibility that comes with the mask. It was a fresh take on Spidey, leaning into the classic comic book look while telling stories aimed at fans of every age. Now the second season, arriving in the fall, raises the stakes considerably. The animated continuation introduces 2 huge names from the Spider-Man mythology: Gwen, Stacy, and Venom. For longtime readers, those names carry massive weight. Jeff Trammell returns as showrunner and head writer, keeping the creative voice consistent. The focus stays on a coming-of-age story about a kind-hearted Peter trying to juggle threats with everyday life like homework, friends, and family. Honestly, this is shaping up as one of the best animated Spider-Man takes in years. The first season already proved the formula works. Number 6. Spider-Noir, Season 1. A web-slinger in a fedora, hunting criminals through the rain-soaked streets of 1930s New York City. That is the wild premise of Spider-Noir, an alternate take on Spidey unlike anything seen before in live action. Nicolas Cage steps into the role, reprising the character he voiced in the Spider-Verse animated films, and now bringing him to flesh-and-blood reality. The series consists of 8 episodes, directed by Harry Bradbeer and Zinga Stewart. It promises a classic noir detective story set in a dark, stylized version of old New York, full of shadows, secrets, and dangerous figures lurking in the alleys. The premise is solid, but we will have to see if the execution lives up to it. because mixing pulp detective grit with superhero storytelling is a tricky balance. The good thing is that Cage tends to fully commit to whatever role he takes on, and the visual concept could deliver something truly unique. Word is the show might even air in both black and white and full color, depending on how you want to experience it. If you love hard-boiled mysteries with a comic book twist, mark this one on your radar right now. Number 5. Vision Quest, Season 1. What happens when a synthetic being wakes up with all his memories erased and no sense of who he is supposed to be? That is the haunting question driving Vision Quest, the final chapter of the trilogy that started with WandaVision and continued through Agatha all along. Paul Bettany returns as Vision, the android who vanished at the end of WandaVision, leaving fans wondering where his story would go next. The new series is set roughly 1 year after his disappearance, with Vision now searching for purpose, identity, and a place in a world that may not be ready for him. Showrunner Terry Matalas takes the reins, and the 8-episode arc will follow the Synthezoid as he interacts with other artificial intelligences, including the menacing Ultron. The series shines in its potential for deep philosophical questions wrapped in Marvel action. What does it mean to be human, to remember, to choose? Late 2026 is when we will find out, and this looks like one of the most thoughtful entries on the entire schedule. Number 4. X-Men 97 Season 2. For those who missed the first chapter, X-Men 97 is a direct continuation of the beloved animated series from the 90s, picking up the story of Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters with the same retro art style and updated storytelling. The first season was a massive hit, balancing nostalgia with sharp writing, emotional weight, and some of the boldest twists in any X-Men adaptation. It honored the original while making the world feel fresh and relevant again. Now the second season, premiering mid-2026 on Disney+, picks up after the explosive cliffhanger of the first run. Expect the team scattered across different timelines, struggling to find their way back to the 1990s they call home. The continuation also sets up a clash with one of the franchise's biggest threats, Apocalypse, the immortal mutant whose name alone signals world-ending stakes. The series shines in its tight storytelling and willingness to take risks. The animation is gorgeous, the soundtrack is iconic, and the emotional beats hit harder than many live-action superhero shows. This one is shaping up as a must-watch. Number 3. Daredevil, Born Again, Season 2. A blind lawyer by day, a relentless vigilante by night, fighting to protect a city slowly slipping into the hands of a corrupt mayor. That is the world Matt Murdock returns to in the second season of Daredevil, Born Again, premiering on Disney+ on March 4th. Charlie Cox once again wears the suit, this time stepping into a New York where Wilson Fisk has used the political system to tighten his grip on power, turning the city into something close to a totalitarian state. Dario Scartapane serves as showrunner, and the 8 new episodes promise to push the conflict to its breaking point. Matt is no longer just defending clients in court. He is building an underground army of allies willing to take the fight directly to Fisk. The series shines in its grounded, brutal action and morally complex characters. The good thing is that Matt finally gets his iconic full black suit, marked with the DD insignia, straight from the comics. The tension is constant, and the stakes feel real, with every episode landing like a punch. Number 2. Spider-Man, Brand New Day. After the world-shaking events of Spider-Man No Way Home, Peter Parker is alone, forgotten by everyone he loved, and starting from absolute zero. That emotional reset is the heart of Spider-Man Brand New Day, one of the most anticipated movies of the entire year. Tom Holland returns for his 4th solo Spider-Man film, and this time, the tone takes a sharp turn. Directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, the project is rumored to be darker, more mature, and far more street-level than the previous trilogy. Forget cosmic villains and multiverse chaos for a moment. This is about a young man rebuilding his life with no safety net. The film hits theaters on July 31st, and early hints suggest connections to other corners of the Marvel Universe, including a possible link to The Punisher. The cast includes new faces like Sadie Sink and Liza Colin-Zayas, expanding Spidey's world in unexpected directions. The tension is constant when Marvel takes its heroes back to basics. The premise is solid, and if the execution lands, this could become one of the most emotionally powerful Spider-Man films ever made. Number 1. Avengers: Doomsday. Heroes from every corner of the Marvel Universe pulled together by a threat unlike anything they have faced before. That is the massive promise of Avengers: Doomsday, the biggest event movie of the year, hitting theaters on December 18th. Directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, the same team behind Infinity War and Endgame, this film brings back legends and introduces new players in equal measure. Robert Downey Jr. returns to the franchise, this time as the villainous Victor Von Doom, in a casting choice that shook the entire fan base. Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans are also confirmed to suit up once again, joining a roster that includes the Wakandans, the Fantastic Four, the New Avengers, and the X-Men. The story is set 14 months after the events of Thunderbolts, with Doom emerging as a threat capable of reshaping reality itself. The film, shines in its sheer ambition. The tension is constant, the cast is jaw-dropping, and the closing chapter of the multiverse saga begins here. Dr. Doom versus everyone. If you only watch one Marvel project this year, make it this one. And that wraps up the full slate of upcoming superhero projects coming our way. From animated returns to dark, gritty thrillers, from underdog stories to universe-shaking blockbusters, this lineup has a little bit of everything for every kind of fan. If you like this video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss our next videos. Some of these projects are guaranteed crowd pleasers, others are bigger gambles, but all of them promise something memorable. Now we want to hear from you. Which one are you most excited for? Drop your pick in the comments and let the debate begin. See you in the next one.